Is it recording? Audio recording?
Audio recording, want to check?
Okay. So that should be
Okay.
good. So what do we have? Okay, so Liana.
Is this how you really talk to me?
No, okay. So Liana, okay, Alhamdulillah, we've been married for 1 year and a
2
few
months.
2 months. So right, let's say if
Salah
we
lah, it's
flash.
coming 3 months.
Okay, coming 3 months, you better watch it, eh? So
Wait, what's our anniversary date?
271122.
Okay.
Okay, so on our wedding ring, we actually have our anniversary dates. So, for example, we are thinking ahead. If either one of us gets dementia, and we cannot remember when we got married, so we can just look at the ring.
Okay.
Yeah, but hopefully we don't forget that there's a ring on the finger, because sometimes you forget.
You forget that there's a ring on your finger.
Yeah, is that how dementia works?
I think let's not talk about that. We're supposed to talk about finance today.
Alright.
Okay, so we want to flashback to a time where we haven't got married yet.
Okay.
Okay, but it's quite different because we knew each other for a long time before
Yeah.
we got married.
Yes.
So that's like 2014.
15. Was it 2015 or 2014?
2014.
Okay, either one.
Wait.
No lah,
When did we join poly?
It's 2015. It's 2015. Or is it? No, because you were not with me for that 1 year.
Yeah,
Okay.
but you were with me towards the end of year 1 poly.
Yes. Okay.
Okay.
So anyway,
Anyways.
let's throw back to us not being married. So let's say we go backwards 1.5. Oh no. Actually, I realized when you think of marriage, it's, let's say, when you're serious in the relationship.
It's
Okay,
not
so my bad.
like
Okay, so
just before the wedding.
yeah, so
Probably like 2 years before we got married, which is like 2020.
yeah.
Right?
I think when we got in the relationship, yes, we did talk about marriage, but it wasn't as serious until the later stages, until maybe when we were finally working and
Yeah.
realized, okay, you know what, we're getting old, so let's get married.
And it was like, okay, but the problem is 2020 was the start of COVID,
Yeah.
right? So we both just started our jobs,
Yeah.
like first full-time jobs.
Yes.
And that was when all like the finances and like where we're going to go ahead in life.
Yeah,
The
when
questions
things
like,
got serious.
Yeah. Because school was different and then working adults different.
Yes.
Yeah. So I
Ooh.
think we didn't really talk about goals, but we did talk about when we were planning to get married. Because a
Yes.
lot of our friends got married in 2021.
Yeah, correct.
Right? Like
I think that was a
1 year
phase.
before ours.
Yeah.
And I think that sort of added a bit of pressure towards like us
Maybe.
having to like speed up the wedding. Even though we were quite young. We were only like 25, 24. You were 25.
Yeah.
I think the main thing that we want to talk about today is how did we talk about finances when we were just dating, and what kind of questions to ask before we actually get married.
Okay.
Because I think marriage comes with a lot of financial responsibilities.
Of course, especially in Singapore where everything is damn expensive.
Yeah, and especially in our culture where man is supposed to
In the Malay culture.
in the Malay culture lah.
Okay, so I feel like the only way that you can kind of picture and experience it again is, so let's say now we are in our second, third or fourth year of relationship. And then okay, Liana, I think we should start settling down. You know what? Let's get married one day. But can I get married? How much do I need?
Yeah,
And
I
how
think
much?
to be very honest, right? I don't really like put. Okay, I think I pushed you and I put a bit of pressure on you.
Okay.
Because like I started working first and then you started because you were in
Yes,
NS.
as a guy, it
So-
sucks because you have to serve national service.
Do you think it's very muffled if you put too close?
No, it's fine.
It's fine.
Yeah, because you have this
Okay, anyways, yeah. I think men have a lot of pressure because I don't know what's the expectation like. Like it's supposed to, okay, number one is we have to talk about like nafkah.
Oh, okay. In nafkah is, how do you put it in English? Nafkah is basically
It's like a monthly allowance for the
allowance
wife.
for your wife, correct?
Yeah, or monthly gift in monetary terms.
Yes, correct.
For
So
the wife.
yeah.
Actually, we didn't go to the marriage course, so
Oh yeah. Um.
we just knew
Okay.
from our friends.
Yeah, couples who are watching this, if you are, well, if you are wondering whether the Muslim marriage course is worth
Important.
going, I consulted a few of my friends, and some of them said it wasn't worth it. So that's what we followed. But let's say if you want some
Yeah, but I
serious
feel like if you really want like a proper
process,
guidance
yeah.
towards your marriage, I think guidance towards your marriage and is a good place to go lah.
Yeah.
Okay, let me just give you the definition of nafkah.
Okay.
It's the Islamic legal term for the financial support a husband must provide for his wife during marriage and for a time after divorce and children.
Damn.
Yeah.
Actually, that sounds quite serious.
Yeah, it is.
So for ladies, when you are in school, your family, your parents are the ones giving you the monthly allowance.
Mhm.
So once you get married, it's your husband's turn to give you the monthly allowance, right?
Yeah, in that sense.
Yeah, but I mean, it's not necessarily monetary terms. It could be a form of, let's say, paying for your food every time that you're out.
Providing shelter,
Correct.
providing clothes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it can be like in other terms that's not direct money, like cash, you know?
Of course, it needs money, but
Yeah.
not necessarily passing you that money so you can buy
Yeah.
chocolate or whatever.
Like if you need your husband's support in terms of knowing where to invest your money, that's one way that I make use of him lah.
Yes, sir. Okay. Yeah, but I mean, let's throw back to what we have. So, let's say if we are a young couple, for example, we are in a long-term relationship, and when we realize, I feel like maybe guys realize it when they are in national service, or even after when they start working. Is also because that's where at the moment of time where you are kind of hanging out with a lot of adults, right? You're exposed to that, so the whole mindset, the whole life stage is already moving forward, right? Yeah. So I mean, as a guy, as a male figure, what I would ask is do I have enough money? Do I feel ready to get married? To take someone's to just
To be responsible for
somebody's daughter.
Yeah.
Because it's then again from the responsibility from her father or from her family goes to the guy's shoulder. So that's one thing. And in terms of finance wise, yeah lah, I mean, whether you are ready to take that responsibility, knowing that, let's say, if she needs anything, you are there to provide for her. So in terms of wedding, in terms of housing, in the future having kids, and etc. Yeah, but how do you actually realize if you are ready?
Okay, I think there needs to be a serious conversation that happens between you both, especially before you get married, because people do come with baggage and money, like how they view money, you know, and it might be different from one person to another person.
Oh yeah.
And if it doesn't align, that's where a lot of the times there's going to be fights. And it's actually one of the main reasons people divorce in a marriage.
Oh.
Yeah.
So
that is why talking about finances is very important.
yeah. Yeah, it is because I feel like the money mindset plays a very, very big factor. Because, for example, right before when you get married, it may be nice, flowers and butterflies, where the guys always treat
like
you.
dating wise, you take most of it.
Yep.
Or like some people prefer 50-50.
Yeah. Going Dutch. But I feel in Singapore, a lot of people are going 50-50. I guess in some mature marriages, because when the husband and wife or the both boyfriend girlfriend are earning kind of the same income, that's where they can slowly grow together. But it really differs couple to couple.
Yeah, I can't say for most of the Singaporeans because I mean we are only in our own like main groups of friends.
Yeah.
But with like the clients that we've met so far, they do help out unless it's more of a sole breadwinner kind of situation where only the husband brings the income.
Yeah.
Then the wife does help, but they help to manage the money. The husband is the one that brings the money, and then they like let the wife handle everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I want to go back to what questions we need to ask before the marriage because I feel like we keep like sidelining this. Okay, so and one of the questions that you should ask, or mainly we ask each other, is where do we stand financially? So this is where you open up your finance book of self.
Ooh. Yeah.
Where we actually dig into how much we currently have in our savings, how much do we bring back monthly, because if you're going to hide your income from each other, right, it's going to be not as transparent unless it's hiding for a good reason. You know, like I don't know if there's a good reason for it, but
Okay.
but I have met couples where, you know, like the husband don't share everything with the wife.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's really for the better lah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
guess.
But personally for us, we stand for being transparent with each other
Yeah.
so that if any hard situations actually happen, we can lean on each other for help.
Yep.
You know? And that is our understanding even until now.
Thank you.
Yeah, because if you're going to go into a marriage just like alone, right, and handling all the finances yourself, it can be very daunting because it's, you know, finances, money is very important in Singapore lah.
Actually, what I realized, say about 80 to 90% of the females in Singapore, let's say right before they get married, I would say the females would kind of have to be ready to sacrifice, to be the one putting out a lot more money at first. Because, for example, if you're getting married right after NS, probably the lady has worked for quite a bit. So maybe could be an option where she pays quite a bit first, and then the guy will pay internally after. And that similarly works in terms of housing, because as a guy, when you're not serving national service, you don't have that money to kind of grow your CPF.
You have to kind of see your timeline. If the understanding is really I'm okay with paying most of it, but then you pay me back later, then it's like okay, you know. Yeah. But like if the guy, because some guys they really do want to save up first, and I think some couples as well, they want to save up first, and then once they have that money, then they get married. I think that's much better. So that you don't rush into things, because once you get married and then once you have to think about house, it's going to be a lot of finances unless it's really, really, really needed, you know, like to move out and all that. Yeah. But if you have the timeline, I would say it's better to just save up your emergency funds and then save up the expense for your wedding. Yeah, because wedding in Singapore, depending on what kind that you want to have, is can be quite expensive lah.
Yeah. I mean, this is not a finance question, but then again, right before you get married, you have to ask your partner whether they want kids in the future, because I feel that is, even though this is not a finance topic, but it is a very huge emotional factor that plays a lot in a lot of marriages. Because let's say, for example, one partner doesn't want a kid, and then suddenly, how's it gonna go now? Are you gonna sacrifice that decision because the partner doesn't want a family?
Yeah. And also like kids come with a lot of finance, like a lot of money, you know. So the difference with having and not having can be quite drastic, especially if you guys have never discussed your finances wise. You know. But also another question that is important to us, I feel, is whether you have loans. like debts, loans,
Okay.
anybody you owe money to,
Okay.
because like if you don't, like, okay, a person can say like I have $10,000 savings, right, or $100,000 savings, but like how much debt do they have? And let's say if they don't have the money to cover those debts, once you get married, it falls on you.
Mm.
So it's like if you don't ever discuss this and something does happen to your partner,
Mm-hmm.
that burden is gonna fall on you.
Yeah.
So yeah, have that conversation. But alhamdulillah kita tak ada loans lah.
Okay.
We never take student loans because we never further our studies. And also at that point of time, we were very wary of credit cards. Yeah, I think I mean my income was okay, but I just didn't want to take anything yet. We didn't want to take any loans for our wedding. We didn't want to take loans for. We have to take loans for house but yeah, we just didn't want to take loans for our wedding lah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and that was why we take a little bit longer to kind of save up for our wedding.
Mm-hmm.
And then yeah, afterwards.
Talking about saving up to a wedding, right? How would you advise younger couples who are not married, who are intending to get married, to kind of save towards their wedding?
Oh my goodness.
Why?
Why are you asking me this question?
Okay, that is actually a question for myself, so I'll just answer. Okay, so I mean,
You should just answer it.
yeah. Okay. No,
Okay,
yeah, I thought
okay,
it was
go.
yeah. So anyway, relating to that question on how couples can work towards saving up for their wedding. So usually, how we would advise or kind of share with people we meet is that for example, if we are both getting married in the future, let's say flashback. So you have your own bank account, I have my own personal bank account, right? And an option is getting a joint account. That is if we fully trust each other. But I know some couples are not comfortable with that. But how we did it was we have a joint account. So every month our our salary comes in, right? And then we kind of like agree with each other. Okay, you know what? Every single month, this amount of money is what we're gonna put towards our joint account. Diligently, we have to be diligent in order to kind of reach our goal to pay off our wedding. Yeah. So it really depends. There's actually no rush for couples. So some couples can do it, say 1 year, 2 years. Some couples might take a bit longer to save up to reach their goal for their wedding. But it's fine as long as you kind of do it diligently, strictly, and just not rushing into a very huge financial commitment.
Mm-hmm.
Is what I feel.
Yeah, I think it takes somebody who is disciplined in the relationship to actually do it lah. Yeah, so that it keeps both of you guys accountable, because if both is not accountable, then that savings is also not going to go anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so thank God we have a mutual agreement. Actually, this idea also we got from our dearest friends to have this joint account.
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, I think after using that joint account for our wedding, and then we see it slowly growing, and knowing that it's from both of our contribution, it feels nice to see it grow, and you don't want it to like drop. But at the same time, once you use it for wedding, you can also use it for housing expense. And in the future, once you have a shared household, right,
Yes.
where all your household expense is gonna come in, like the bills and all of that, you can still use that account to pay off for all of the expense. Yeah, so that's a very good question.
Yeah, and
Muhammad Alif.
actually, it's a good habit to bring into your marriage household.
Yeah, because joint account kind of makes it
Easier to track.
transparent for you guys also
Yeah,
lah.
and transparent as a couple.
Because if you're gonna
financially.
have your own personal one, I'm gonna have my own personal one, then it's like I don't know how much you really have, and you don't know how much I really have. And then if somebody is like not able to pay the bills or something,
Yeah.
then it's like shit hits the fan.
Mm-hmm.
Another important question is to know what our life goals are and what our financial goals are. Yeah, because some couples want to work towards retiring early, right? Having investments, having a second property, or some couples want to have a brand, want to have a company, or want to even own a business. So if you're not on the same level of understanding, like if I didn't know that you wanted to have a business,
Mhm.
then it's like suddenly 10 years later you say like, oh, I've actually been wanting to do this,
Yeah.
and I don't agree with you, then it's going to be like a huge problem.
Mm.
Yeah, because it's a lot of financial commitment to open a business, to start a business. Yeah. So for us, okay, the easiest thing, I mean the best thing about us is before we got married, we were in the same job. So the transparency of the income is already there because we did most of it with our managers. And also, we are quite open. Like, honestly, we are just like very open with our income because we have to like file taxes and all of this together, right? So that makes it easy to know, like, to also know, like, or discuss where we are going to go with our future because we are constantly like working together, right? Like I said, like we work together a lot. So in our line of business also, we work with a lot of couples, and we want to brand it in a way that we reach out to couples as well, and we help couples. So that is our understanding of how we're going to go to our future lah.
Yeah.
Our life and financial goals. Like I said, one of the goals that we wanted to have was also when we want to retire, or what kind of lifestyle do we want, when we retire, and also what is the current lifestyle that we want. So what are the sacrifices that we have to make in our current state? When do we want to get a house? When do we want to have kids, if we do have kids? So it's like all of this. Sometimes it's better to also kind of have a perspective of when it's going to happen,
Mhm.
rather than like, oh, I just want to go with the flow, like see what happens.
Yeah.
Yeah, but of course that is unpredictable.
Mhm.
Yeah, but for us also, I think we gave a certain timeline. And I think personally for us, we right now in our late 20s towards 30s is where we want to build our career first.
Yeah.
Inshallah, if we have our own property and we can own it before we turn 30 or when we turn 30, then it's better.
Mhm.
Yeah. But as of now, we have our own room. We focus on our jobs first.
Yeah.
We focus on our brand. That's where we are heading. No kids inside for us now.
Mhm.
Yeah, because that's another financial,
Yeah.
issue.
Having a kid is a very huge financial responsibility.
Yeah, but ultimately, when do you want to retire?
Hi, talk about retirement
Yeah,
Wow.
financial goals, what?
My finance. Oh, like is that a question that you want to ask me? Am I supposed to answer now?
Yes.
Okay. My goal is actually I don't. Even though I ask this question a lot to people, I never really thought about it myself. But I do have a rough example. Say I wanna retire maybe at 55, 65, as long as I can work. And when I retire, it does not mean that I fully
Stop working.
stop working. For example, like this kind of this is my hobby, like photography, videography. So maybe if I can just chill a bit and do this as a way to kind of create income. Yeah, I feel like
Do this as in this,
yeah,
like creating content,
yeah,
giving financial tips
yeah.
to people.
If content is still relevant, say
I mean,
when
if
we
we
are
have the
older.
energy to even do content at that age.
So if we are 65 and we're doing content, like, so what are we
Ali, if
gonna?
your mom is 65 and she doesn't talk like
okay,
that.
she talks normally. okay. 65-year-old
Okay, but
people talk normally.
my goal is I want to retire at 45. Can or not?
Okay, that's your problem.
So you are supposed to fund my lifestyle, right?
Sure.
Okay. Yeah. So I think actually before this we also have never asked each other. But we do want to retire. Like for me, maybe around 55.
Okay.
Yeah, seriously around 55.
Okay. Not seriously?
Not seriously until I die.
Okay.
But I want to live my farm life.
Okay.
Like I want to garden and take care of animals.
Okay.
And also I want to go around and help people. Do like community stuff. I think when I'm older, I want to do it now, but like Yeah, I mean, that's for later. Yeah, but I think that's the reason why I trust you in terms of to invest my money. Because, I mean, that's the main reason why you invest, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, because
for retirement.
we don't want to work this hard forever, you know? And when you actually, like, if we actually plan towards that timeline of around 55, then at least I know, okay, by then I will have that money and I can use that for my retirement.
Mm.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's why we actually went to our advisor lah. I think that was done also before we got married. Yeah. But I think like a huge thing that I took note of before our marriage was how our spending habits was. Because like right now it's fine when we were dating it was fine because we're not gonna have commitments, right? So like your money is your money, my money is my money.
Hmm.
Yeah. And the way you spend is also very different from the way I spend.
Okay.
Yeah.
How do you spend?
I spend
Ah.
I spend on shopping. But I spend on like many things that is cheap.
Okay.
You spend on like okay, you do spend on many things that is cheap. But I think you have bigger spending stuff. Like you spend on bigger cash value items.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I wanted you to have that habit of saving up first. And then I was like spying and like see, okay, Alif punya bank is it going up or is it going down? Yeah.
Was that really how you were?
Huh?
Was that really how you were?
I mean internally I was like,
Wow, I just found out about this. This is news to me that my wife was spying on me years ago financially. Which is good.
I think you are quite reckless in terms of spending last time, what?
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, maybe.
Yeah. See? Like anything you want to buy, you buy. I mean even now, but like I also am to blame because I'm a very good enabler.
Yes, very good
Yeah.
enabler. So very bad
So
person to be with if I have my wallet.
excuse me, I never take your money, okay?
Okay.
I was so nice to you, okay?
Hey, thank you.
I think I'm glad that ultimately we are on a good basis of understanding. Even though like I tried to push him to buy a house faster because he wanted to slack off on buying house. Yeah, but like I mean after 2 years 2 years working in our full-time job, then we tried lah for BTO.
Yeah.
And I gave him the responsibility to go and plan for that. Even though I have to like push so many times. Like, Alif, have you done HFE? Alif? And then he's the type of person when he's stressed, he don't want to think about it. And then he will like push it away. And then I have to like, Alif, have you done this yet?
So this can relate to, for example, there are two types of guys in a relationship. Okay?
Okay.
So firstly, there is like there's those mature guys who, you know what, okay, I want this house by then. So I'm gonna go and plan for it. And
Why must the face look like
this is
that?
some expression. And then there is the other type of guys who just want to chill, which is me. But then lucky I have you to kind of bring me to, you know what, I'm gonna have a house by this age.
Okay, number one,
Okay.
why I'm rushing is I don't want to be here forever.
Yeah.
I don't want to be in this room. I want my own space so that I can start doing my own things.
Mhm.
And, like, right now we are crammed into one room.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I want to push you so that we both are going to have that space where we can do more things and be more productive.
Woo!
Yeah, but also, I'm not rushing you too much lah.
Yeah, thank you.
Understand that we have to still build our savings
Yes,
first.
of course.
And then we go towards that. But we are still trying.
When should a couple feel ready to buy a house?
Personally,
Mm-hmm.
I would say both of you guys have a job.
Yeah.
If you don't have a job, how are you going to pay your monthly mortgage?
As of right now, the down payment for example,
Yeah, for
HDB is what,
HDB is already
25%?
Yeah.
Yeah, correct me if I'm wrong. But back then it was only 10%, so maybe it was a bit easier
Yep.
or a bit more affordable when house prices were, for example, a 4 room is about maybe 200,000-300,000.
Mm-hmm.
But
For
now
a BTO.
4 rooms can go up to
500,000 in like mature
600,000.
estates.
Yeah. So 20% of that is an extremely huge amount. So
Mhm.
if you don't have a full-time job, yeah,
If you
you
have-
have to kind of really, really reconsider. But let's say that is if you apply a resale or
no,
you
like
want to buy a
any
resale.
HDB properties, I feel. But if you can, but if you don't have a job and you don't have enough money in your debt account and you have savings, then go ahead.
Mhm.
But just make sure that the price range of your house is like suitable. Like consult a property agent first. I personally would do that
Yeah.
because I don't trust myself in terms of managing, everything that comes with buying a house. Oh my goodness.
Okay, what?
I think a few other things that comes into consideration in terms of before you get married, right? Is let's say the person's finances are hugely controlled by like the family. Like
Okay.
what if the financial commitment to the parents are like a lot? Whether this person has like a property under their name, how is that gonna go? Some people share their names with their parents to buy a house. Yeah, something like that.
Oh, yeah.
Which is like great. Like you marry into somebody that has a property, but like how are the parents gonna be like? Are they gonna stay in the same house? Or are they gonna be, moving out after you get married? How are the siblings, where are the siblings gonna stay? It's like I think these are important questions. And also if you want to have a pet. So having a child is like one thing, right? But like having a pet, because I'm allergic to cats, but I did stay with cats, so I think my immunity that point went up. But like you want a pet, you want a cat. I'm willing to sacrifice myself for a cat. Plus having a cat is also extra money coming out. So yeah, discuss that with each other.
What are your thoughts on like there are I think I saw on TikTok that there is this lady who kind of expects guys to pay whenever they are out on a date.
I think she can have that expectation,
Mhm.
but maybe don't blast it out on social media and don't complain about it when you don't get that treatment.
Oh yeah, if it's like an inner
I
thought,
mean,
it's fine.
it's like, when you're in that situation, right? Like, oh, I expected the guy to pay the bill and
Yeah.
then he wants me to go Dutch. It's like kind of awkward because you guys don't have the same money mindset on like
Yeah.
he might think, oh, it's normal to go Dutch on dates.
Yeah.
But in her perspective, she's like, oh, men should be the one that's paying, right? So I don't know. I feel like just leave it at that and like know that other people have different ways of dating.
Mm-hmm.
And if it doesn't suit you, then like move on to the next guy.
Move on.
Yeah, but you don't have to project your own like beliefs onto people. Like fine, like okay, I have to go Dutch and I have to go Dutch. But I'm the type of person that I'm not gonna force the person to pay for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hence, we are here, 9 years down. No, but I mean,
Yeah. Sometimes I also feel like I need to be spoiled lah.
woohoo! Okay.
Right?
Right. Okay.
Like
So,
when-
hey. Yeah. So, I mean, I don't know. Maybe as a guy, like during the first date, I feel like what would be like whoa is, let's say if you're going on your first date and then you want to pay, and then the girl comes in and say, hey, you know what, let's just split the bill. Then like, oh, okay, maybe we can go for a few more dates because she has that initiative I don't know. But obviously, as a guy, like the first few dates, you do wanna pay. Why I say the first few dates, because you can't be paying all the dates because because dating is expensive, right? Yeah,
I think there's really different types of people,
correct.
because there's really those men who are like, they
They-
know they are earning like a lot, and they
Yeah.
are able to pay for the girls.
Yes.
So they will be like, oh
Take
no,
my
it's
money.
fine.
Yeah, it's
Like, I'm
fine. It's
paying for
fine.
this.
Yep.
You know, you can handle like your other stuff.
Yeah,
Like,
but really
you know,
that depends on which stage of dating you're at, lah. Because for example, if you're dating in your 30s, it's different because you got money. Versus say when you are dating when you're schooling, then that's a whole different
yeah.
factor.
But like, if the guy has like a trust fund
Oh,
or
trust
daddy's
fund, baby.
money, you know, it's like, or he like invests into like crypto and has a lot of money.
Yeah.
Then it's like, yeah, sure, you are lucky that you get that kind of person. But like, in a general situation in Singapore, I think most of the couples go 50-50.
Yeah.
Yeah, if not, it's more like, oh, I'm gonna pay for this bill first and then you pay for the next one.
Yes.
Yeah, so if you guys have the same understanding, then it's fine. I just don't feel like, if you want to rent, then like rent, but like, personally, I'll just keep it to myself and my
Hmm.
friends.
Yeah. I don't know if I want to put this part, the video that I showed you that time. I'm not sure if we can just find the video and put it out here, but it's basically this girl who
Yeah, I know.
complained and blasted out that saying that the guy brought her out to Lau Pa Sat on the first date.
Yeah,
If I was a lady, I'll be like, you know what? Okay, maybe actually Lau Pa Sat food is quite expensive, lah.
Papasa is not.
It's not cheap.
It's not the
as,
cheapest like hawker food.
Yeah. And it's
Yeah.
quite an experience, maybe.
Yeah, but you know, if she's not the type of girl, like she prefers a man to bring her like fine dining and all, like, go and get it, but don't complain about it if this guy is gonna bring you there.
Yeah.
You know, like, different people have different types of dating style, and or like different people have different, I don't know,
Yeah.
expectations.
So that guy
Yeah.
who brought that lady out to Lau Pa Sat, he deserves a lot better. And
I mean, he deserves somebody that is, that he
appreciates
prefers,
these little
that,
things.
that can appreciate what he does.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Unless maybe if he brought her out to Lau Pa Sat, he brought her out to Lau Pa Sat and he asked her to pay as well. Yeah.
Then what's the point of bringing out the girl? But if you brought me to Lau Pa Sat, I would enjoy it, because
Yeah.
I love satay.
Ooh.
I love the prawns, and I
Yeah.
just love, like, now I want Lau Pa Sat.
Yeah, kind of craving for Lau Pa Sat. Lau Pa Sat. Welcome to Lau Pa Sat, where we give you expensive satay, where we provide expensive prawn, okay, let's cut that out.
Yeah, but if you want a cheaper option, just go to Newton
Yeah,
or East
Newton.
Coast.
Newton's the way to go.
Okay, so how do you guys feel about this new setup? Ta-da! We got our own logo on a neon light. So I designed this.
Yeah.
What's
I did the buying and order,
yeah.
so I had to play
He
a part.
had the liaising of the handling of the
Yeah,
colours,
looks quite
what
nice,
kind of material it is, and yeah, we bought it on Shopee. If you want the link, we got the link below. Jadi
Yeah.
Shopee affiliate pula. But I mean, we became Shopee affiliates, not like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we are just talking on our bed with this as our background, a few lightings here and there. And I think this is more of just a casual conversation type of podcast.
Yeah. Because we
Yeah.
feel like we have a lot of conversations off camera that we feel, you know what, actually some people might benefit from this.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yep.
we decided to shoot.
Oh no, there's a furniture.
Okay, we decided to shoot indoor because it's a bit easier to set up. It's not as hot and we can kind of control the environment.
Correct.
So
We
feels a
can
bit
have the
nice.
lighting and all that, because when we shoot outdoors, which is like the past few videos, right? We have to carry all the equipments, and it's so physically demanding. Yeah. So that's why we decided to go just shoot in our room. We can't have guests over.
Unless you guys are okay with just chilling on the bed.
Yeah. But if not, we can head out. But
Honestly, like looking at this, I
see about that.
feels
Yeah, I think
nicer like this.
we might still do the outdoor ones, but for our own like kind of conversations, we'll just stick to this.
Okay,
Okay.
done. I stop.
Yeah.